are on the radio. We're recording our show live on Facebook group page, Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. We are Olina Williams and Nick Boheimer, local foodies and the most FM broadcasters. Our videographers today, Oli Foyt and Nathan Griffith. Our guests today are owners of Organic Blueberry Hills Farm on Alfred Road, Helen and Frank Hoffman. Hello, everyone.
Well, hello there.
How about we listen to some music? I'll let Nick to introduce the song.
I have a palette of blueberries. So here's one to start with. See what you think of this one. This is called Blueberry Sky by Blueberry. Here it goes from that album called Level Up.
I love this music. It's a guitar. It's a favorite. Especially the program that's all right. You're going to talk about other things that you produce on the farm, right? So you said that you get chickens or
Oh, you include human
okay.
cows.
Cows?
Yeah.
Why are you so shy about it? You're supposed to say, cows! Hey, cows!
You're a business deal, can't you? Yeah, without coming on, fascinating.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Right. Really?
This is the perks of being on the radio.
I
You're also vegetarian. You
am,
blueberry.
yes, I am these days. You know what? I'm not used to it. I do it. I'm a tester.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I do.
but all makes not good ending for me. Our maiden very good.
And I have to say, someone gave me, beautifully produced good of it.
Really?
Oh, I don't know. It's not a-
Here's my
it's
meat.
more
I
I
thought he was just too polite. Probably. When you brought, I remember I brought some food for the get together, and you ate the meat dishes, and I said, "Oh my God, he's vegetarian. Why did they do this?"
You did a very lovely, what was it? Actually very good.
This was, I think, pork.
It was a
Type
good
pork.
pork. Oh my God.
So, are you guys vegetarians? Are you eating meat?
No, but we don't eat anything in like this. Probably twice a week.
Mm. Very healthy way to do it.
We've got. Yeah, I suppose when I must say, we've both emigrated.
We used to eat some.
Yeah, and I think with that,
Meat,
with the age, metabolism also changes. You don't need as much meat as a young person. So this is a lot of energy. Still needs to build the muscles. And
I think it's a nationwide thing.
Everybody tries to keep it.
Yeah, colours have changed.
I think you in people that like more than in
On the stuff that you produce. Very good.
so, how we're going to talk about it on the show. How much blueberries? So there is S at the end of your surname, right?
yes, I think it is.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the studio of Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. We are Olina Williams, Nick Boheimer, and the owners of Organic Blueberry Hills Farm on Alfred Road, Helen and Frank Hoffman. So, guys, you have a blueberry orchard, which is called Blueberry Hills on Alfred Road. So, you announced the fact there is no pesticides. So welcome back to the Taranaki Foodies with Area 41 with Alina Williams, Nick Boheimer, and our wonderful guests, the owners of Organic Blueberry Hill Farm on Alfred Road, Helen and Frank Hoffman. So we are talking about blueberries, and you announced on your website that you have a blueberry orchard with no pesticides or herbicides, and you never ever used that, and you are use organic certified fertilizer, right? Is it harder to do organic farming?
definitely harder.
Yes, definitely harder. But we're very committed to it
Why?
because lots of reasons. When we first started the code 8 years ago, we actually spent a little bit of time living in a kiwi fruit orchard and in the Bay Country, and that's where regimes are quite huge, and it just got us thinking about food, and like we were told once that we had to lock our animals away in the garage to the next year of rain,
Oh,
and I just thought,
it's not what New Zealand is.
and we decided to grow something that was supposedly safe food, very healthy. So, and the more I talk to people and read, the more I believe that was the right thing to do.
Talking about healthy, we have a doctor in the house. Although Nick Boheim is trained as a doctor, so he knows a lot about health benefits
Yeah,
of blueberries. How about you? Tell us.
Yes, well, they're very, very healthy. And I actually have a paper here, recent paper from the 7th Indo Global Summit and Expo on Food and Beverages by Chandra Duhar. And it's a nice little appraisal of the health benefits of anthocyanins. So we all know what they are, don't we? But that's actually the blue. Cyanine is the blue colour. And I just read through it. It's got low blood pressure, improved visual acuity, it's anti-cancer, and of course, and also prevents diabetes, lower risk of cognitive cognitive impairment and motor function. So that there are a wide range, and it's all due to its anti-inflammatory activity. And I will shut up, but I can go on for a very long time.
We all are passionate about food at Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. And I think what Nick is trying to say in general, that it will keep you younger for a long time, antioxidants and things like that. So how do you feel the effect of blueberries on yourself?
Well, I eat a cup of blueberries every morning for breakfast.
Wow.
I've been doing that for years, and I can't remember the last time I was even slightly sick.
Wow. They say the cup of blueberries is recommended each day, so it's really good. What else do you grow? Because organic farm is never a one product farm.
Well, our main thing is blueberries, but we've got a few boysenberry plants. We've got some old chickens
Oh,
that
awesome.
aren't really doing much, but they're allowed to stay.
You can probably survive on what your plant produces in case of a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, long folks on. At our place, we've got big yellows and we've got cows.
Oh, wonderful. How many blueberries do you have?
We have approximately 1,300 plants.
Wow, 300. This is much more than I imagined. I saw a little bit of your farm. I must admit, I went to the farm. I was so impressed. That's why our guests are here, and the most of them today. But what is interesting that I always thought that organic farm as a really small operation. It's something that you can go internationally or something like that. Do you see yourself expanding your trade to international markets?
I don't think we'll go down that path. Exporting, there's so many rules and regulations and sprays you have to, programs you have to adhere to. And I think I'd rather just go down the road that we're going. It's going pretty good at the moment, and we actually are struggling to keep up with the orders. So we have got no problems in that area.
Do you have enough demand from local?
Our demand at the moment is too high.
Oh, wow.
We think it's a good problem to have.
Yes.
But I've had to tell, I don't know, there's a bit of a lull at the moment. It could be just because of the unusual weather. So I've had to say we sold out quite a lot just in the last week, which is hard. But yeah, I tell myself it's a good problem to have.
Absolutely. We wish you to expand more and become richer and produce more blueberries and more other organic foods.
There's lots of definitions.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm
Emotional wealth.
rich in wellness, meaning, of course. So it's known fact that blueberries require a certain level of acidity in the soil. So how did support this? How do you maintain this required level?
Well, we used to treat the soil with sulphur to decrease the pH. But then we got advised by another blueberry grower to use our soil test. So we had a guy from Port that we were seeing the soil, and we're on a whole regime of prescription fertiliser, which is organic. So it's prescribed for our soil and our plants because the chemistry is very complex. So if you do one thing, it'll cause something else.
Side effects. Doctors know about
Well, it's not.
those.
So now yeah. And our plants responded incredibly well, didn't they?
Oh, the new growth on the market is doing from this new fertiliser regime is just phenomenal.
So we've been doing it for 3-4 years now. Yeah.
Your blueberries are perfect. They're perfectly shaped. They're quite big. They smell nice, like a dewy smell. So how do you keep all these bugs and birds and everything that wants to eat it before humans? How do we keep it away?
We do our best, but if you're spray free, you just have to go with the flow sometimes. And we've had the odd plant die. It's almost like a sacrifice plant. Where all bugs will attack one plant, and all the rest will be 100% healthy. It's very
Wow.
interesting.
Natural survival of the fittest.
It does compromise our production. We don't produce as much as what we would.
If you would spray.
But, so that's where that belief and that commitment has to be really strong.
Good for you. You get through good
People say
quality.
some people think yes to.
And the birds, they're another problem altogether because they're continuously trying to find a way in.
Do you have a scarecrow?
I was going to ask that question.
I have a scarecrow at home. My
Mine
son
is dead.
won the second space at the scarecrow competition. I can donate some scarecrow.
So one bird will find a hole and it'll tell all its friends.
Oh,
So
that's
there'll be like one in there one day, the next day there'll be 10, the next
So
day
you need to
there'll be
repeat straight
30,
away.
40, and then you go in there and scare them and they can't find their way out, they can't find the hole to get back out,
So you
and
need
then
to
they're
rip it off.
so we have to open the gate, chase them all out, and then patrol the canopy and find where the hole is.
I love that photo that you took, Frank, of the bird with a big blueberry. And he said it was so obvious she was trying to get out to feed it to her baby.
Oh,
It's right
this is so
beside
sweet.
me, a metre away.
Maybe you put a sacrifice plant out of the area so
I thought of doing that.
dogs will eat birds will eat the bugs will eat the sacrifice plant. It's almost like giving to the goddess of the fertility of their land. Isn't that amazing? So you talk about birds, and I've noticed that in your timeline on Facebook, you talked about the supervisor Maya. What's that? Tell us.
Maya is our white-haired fox terrier. She's 10 years old.
What's your salary? What do you pay her with?
She's a relation of the Lotto dogs that were on a few years ago.
Oh,
So, yeah, she's great company.
there's a lot of dogs that was filmed with Michael Self, my friend.
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
Okay,
Yeah.
great guy.
She just loves, so she's always a friend. And she comes up to the watch and she just likes being here.
It's nice to have a companion, isn't it? Does she eat blueberries?
She's the old one. She's pretty good.
In the past life, she was an organic farmer.
I haven't got money got easy there.
Really? They say the chocolate and grapes are poisonous. Will you do it?
Chocolate, he doesn't believe in money. He's
Cute, eh?
parents.
Wow. So also you have an Airbnb. You said, oh, organic farming, no spray, and Airbnb. How does it work with the dynamic of the farm?
Oh, good. It was accidental. We kind of built it for us to use before we built our house. And it has been just a true success for us. It's helped us a lot when,
When there is no harvest.
yes. And we've got to meet some amazing people. Yes, it's been really good.
What sort of people usually come to stay in your Airbnb?
Well, at the moment, it's New Zealanders, but we've made some friends from Europe that we've been to see. Yeah, it's quite often people that want to go to the mountains because they're really close to Mama. Yeah, and we've always had really good experiences.
Well, you said that you're close to the mountain, and when I was making a research for you online, I noticed that there are like hundreds of blueberry hills farms. I don't know, it's just a very popular name, although absolutely different from yours and different locations. So your tag is Blueberry Hills on Alfred, which please follow if you're watching us online or listening to us now. But what was this land before the farm?
It was, we part of there was a sheep farm that got subdivided into 11-acre blocks, and we purchased it with just the shed on it and nothing else. So we lived in a caravan over the winter, and we had the power all teed up to go on the Monday, and on the weekend the tornado went through Okura.
Oh,
So we had no power for the next 6 weeks,
wow.
living in a caravan.
This is a real challenge, isn't it?
Mm.
Kind of a,
And then we, as things warmed up, we brought a tent, lived in a tent while the house was being built.
oh my gosh, you're still together after all that. It's amazing. There's no shoe cupboards, there's no worrying about where the clothes go and who's first. Clean the teeth probably in the
And
testing.
then the tent blew down one night in a big wind, and we shifted into the house before it was finished.
Oh, awesome. I think it's a good time to listen to the second music piece, and I'll let our wonderful doctor slash broadcaster introduce it.
This is very short, by the way. It's 1 minute 57. So you get ready to come back. But
Yeah.
it's, you know Diana Carl? She's a really good piano jazz kind of thing. And she happens to be on this record. It's by a band called Pete the Cat and Diana Carl from the album Pete the Cat. And of course, it's a blueberry theme. It's blueberry cupcake blues. So how about that? Sort of do it. So this is it coming up now.
Ollie, thank you very much for telling me that the radio.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I don't know. It's actually completely different when you're doing it. Yeah.
So, for those who are watching us, this is a wonderful wine called Albia from Italy. It's supplied by our sponsors, Area 41. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. You're drinking. It's a perfect combo with fresh berries because they're both kind of acidic. So let's try. Are you guys ready to do the red pure blueberries? If you can
That's what changes.
yeah, but that is good.
They'll be sweet. I like
Ready,
it.
ready when you come. This is the bigger one.
Yeah, I just think it's nice. And honestly, you want to pick them at 1 foot.
Oh wow. The freshest possible blueberries, wonderful. And we are almost finished.
Yeah, so what do you think of that? We're online now, and that was blueberry cupcake blues. With Pete the Cat, people going from. really,
like it.
you like that one?
So we're in the studio of Taranaki Foodies with Area 41, Delina Williams, Nick Boheimer, and our guests from the Organic Blueberry Hills Farm on Alfred Road, Helen and Frank Hoffman. So while you guys were listening to this beautiful song, carefully selected by Nick, we were trying the blueberries. And this is the freshest possible. So it was collected only a few hours ago. The organic, they're not sprayed. They have a beautiful color, which is slightly tinted with something like a fog on top. I don't know how else to describe it. And I believe we can do so much things with blueberries, and that excites me as the foodie. And we have two tasters in the house who can say something about blueberries, whether they like, hate, or maybe something in between. So the first one is the one and only Olive Boy.
So the blueberries are really good. Obviously, they're like a little bit more tangy than the ones that you get from the supermarket, which is good because I like tangy. There's a lot more flavour. Yeah, so I like having them with like some or some fruits and stuff, so they're really nice. That's all you can do.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Isn't it amazing? So the second taster is social media manager Nathan Griffiths, and he also is a foodie, and he's going to tell you what he likes with blueberries.
Now this review on blueberries, I want to say I can taste where they came from. It's sometimes people say that we can taste the origin of the fruit. We can taste the country's the origin of the country which it came from.
This is definitely Taranaki soil and water.
And also, New Zealand has some of the greatest food in the world since the climate is so nice to us. I can really taste a good taste in the foods.
Is it terroir?
I think
It's like the terroir.
Yes, isn't it amazing? So, and people say that young people don't like fresh fruits. It's wrong because good fruits, good quality food is always appreciated by all sorts of generations. Right, so we have blueberries, and we have a special task for Nick Boheimer to do his favorite pavlova. And
You want me to?
not now, not now, Nick, don't run away.
I'm just going to go into the kitchen. Whisk one up in 30 seconds.
Later on, but please use some blueberries and make
Yeah, lovely.
pavlova.
I have to know.
Yes, and also do some photographs on Taranaki Foodies because a lot of people would like to know what you can do with blueberries, right? So what is your favorite recipe for blueberries? What do you do with blueberries, Helen?
Well, we eat them as they are, as you are. I'm still trying to discover the best blueberry muffin recipe. We put them in salad, just some of the salad.
Very
Yeah,
good.
they do them for breakfast.
So there are so many different good components in blueberries. So Nick knows all of them. Do you want to share
Well,
some?
they actually, I think they go really well with some vinegar and oil. I think it would work.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like a not sweet but sour taste.
Yeah,
Yes.
and coriander really complements them to make a beautiful relish.
So there is a discussion for a long time: frozen or fresh? What do you go for?
Me,
Yeah.
definitely fresh. So, but we have got customers that freeze fresh ones. Definitely fresh, but so you can eat them all year round. They're really easy to freeze. They naturally freeze though because of that white powder that we were talking about. Yeah, so when they're not in season, frozen, but they're definitely fresh.
Awesome. So there are many recipes, but it's easy to add them into frozen things like ice creams, maybe smoothies, frozen yogurt. What would you recommend it here with in the frozen state?
Right?
Well, I eat blueberries every day of the year, and for breakfast, and I'm eating for several months frozen blueberries, and I just put them in the place of the porridge,
Oh,
heat the porridge up, and that's how I get my cup of blueberry every day.
awesome. There are some exotic recipes around blueberries. Like I found a grilled cheese sandwich, and also panini with blueberries, and also barbecue chicken with Pinot Noir blueberry sauce. So blueberry is mashed and add some Pinot Noir and reduced to white thickness, and the chicken is covered and then cooked. And because of its acidity, it's really good for savory dishes. It's not too sweet. And for those who don't see us now, we are washing the blueberries taste down with a very good rosé wine, which came from Italy, and it was donated to us by our wonderful sponsors, Area 41. So it made me thinking. It made me thinking, what sort of drinks can we do with blueberries? And I believe the blueberries are really good for drinks because of it's kind of like a little bit of a heaviness. It's heavier, for example. But then orange or lemon, it has this malty taste, and it has an interesting smell, like a berry smell, which also quite good in some cocktails. And Google says that it pairs well with cherries, almonds, apples, apricots, blackberries, bananas, lychees, and elderflower. So what I do with blueberries, I do sangria sometimes. Sangria, the main component is obviously red wine, and sometimes you do sparkling water for alcohol-free option. I add some rose water because it gives beautiful flavor, and oranges. This is the main thing for like a punch sangria that I do. Also add some mint, and always blueberries add some theater to it, you know. There's always something floating with those, they add color and things like that. All the other ingredients could be different. You have certain type of juice or certain type of fruits could be mixed in, and also good decoration and cocktails. Right? So, do you have a favorite drink with blueberries? Does anyone?
No, but I'm definitely going to try and see there.
Oh,
I have put them on toothpicks to have on the side. Different,
it's really good.
like, you know, ones.
I found an interesting recipe on the Absolute Vodka website. It says that you, in a high wall glass, which is just a normal tall glass, you put ice cubes as much as you can, as it takes, 1.5 portions of vodka, a half portion of juice, lime juice or lemon juice, preferably lime juice, 0.75 simple syrup, and then lemon veggies, blueberries, and then add a little bit of a blue curacao, so it becomes white turning into blue. There's blueberries on top. It's really dreamy and really easy to do. Just remember that you add curacao after you mix everything up because it will give you this gradient. And of course, instead of vodka, you can use sparkling water for alcohol-free drinks, just in case some children are listening to us. Are you going to try this, guys?
Let's see like one time.
So, Nick, tell us, how do you use blueberries?
Oh, strictly if possible. No, yeah, I just have loads, but I have a few ideas. Because the blueberry in the wild is cherry cola. So in fact, all the cultures of like the Indians of Canada, First Nations, and they would use it with their meats and they'd hunt and use it, and also Vikings. So I'm really intrigued to look at Nordic recipes. They do all very good.
The North American Indians preserve blueberries in animal fat so they can keep them all year round.
Animal fat, wow, that's definitely like a favorite dish.
So they actually preserve them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really clever.
just a little bowl of blueberries on a cheese sticker.
Yeah, right. So, how people can find you? How the conclusions you just give some advice. Those who can't get to the Alfred Road, where is it, by the way?
Alfred Road is in Kainero, which is kind of part of Egmont Village, up under the mountain. Frank sells often-ish on the side of the road.
On the Taranaki Bridge on Gibbon Street.
Um,
And we have a Facebook page where we notify people when I'm going to be there.
and I've been doing really well from the marketplace, which is how I met Elena.
What locally? Yeah. What's up on the market?
No, Facebook message. Yeah.
I'm so
Social media is very powerful. You have to admit that.
No, I mean either. I'm just not. I'll be done.
Yeah, and we've got some regular customers.
Good big network of sports things and good things.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I think it's a perfect time to listen to our third song, which Robin.
Well, it has to be.
It
Yes,
has to
it has to be. What's the name of your phone?
So,
Well, there we go. So thank you for announcing. We will play, of course, the fat domino. The fat domino. Let's say that out loud. Blueberry Hill.
Awesome. You would believe it, but you were talking for 30 minutes. How was it for you?
oh, good. Thank you so much.
Do you want to add something to what we said? Because the last one is the wrap up. Just to say hello to everyone, to thank you to everyone, and the from the sponsors. Oh, this is what I was thinking about. This is the first song that comes to everyone's mind when you say Blueberry Hill. It must be, have been really popular song because on Facebook, like hundreds and hundreds of businesses that call Blueberry Hill.
Because our orchard is sort of under the mountain, but it's also close to food programs and human food. So that's why we like it Blueberry Hills, and of course, when we said it sounded brilliant.
So when you go through it, what you and the vibe that you think is just
Oh, and
yeah,
of course,
it's changed.
Divine.
Yeah, the divine.
we actually don't need to go that far. It's just opposite the mountain bike and the cemetery.
Oh yeah.
Right, and wave your way up towards the mountain. That's how we go.
You need some sort of announcement because I went there with my husband. Oh, we missed it, so you need some sort of a.
I know. We go, we're on the next sign, the next sign.
Yeah.
That's good. Take it away.
We need people, I've had clients on the roadside. This guy gets out of this big American truck. He walks over and he's staunch. He buys a kilo and he sits in his truck for half an hour.
Yeah.
Then he comes back and buys 2 more kilos.
Wow.
That's fascinating.
So after I say bye-bye, you can switch this on.
Okay, and then we'll go on to auto, so I'll change it.
Yeah, really.
I'll focus on pushing that button. Okay.
Hello. Welcome back to the studio of Taranaki Foodies and Area 41 with Olina Williams, Nick Bohara, and our wonderful guests, the owners of Organic Blueberry Hills Farm on Alfred Road, Helen and Frank Hoffman. So thank you very much, you guys, for coming here. Thank you for beautiful blueberries you brought. We have Nick on task to create something for us and share and tell you.
Yeah, I will. I will do a couple of.
Yeah.
Well, I can text messages.
Thank you very much for being organic gardener and just having this effort of good New Zealand and good citizen who help the land, help people, and being reasonable and going with all values that New Zealanders love.
Thank you very much. It's been a great opportunity to come and share. We were both really nervous, but you guys are amazing. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. So, a few words from our sponsor, Area 41 on Broome Street. Look no further for corporate events and groups get together. Great platters, fantastic wine lists, creative cocktails, and rare desserts. 10% off today if you show your 660 show ticket. Thank you for listening to Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. Now we're going to take some selfies and post them on Instagram and Facebook. Tune in to 100.4 FM every Saturday at 4 p.m. Remember, there is a live recording of this interview online on Taranaki Foodies Area 41 group page on Facebook. Meet you next Saturday at 4 p.m. on Airwave. Bye-bye, my good Nigerians.
Ah.
Okay.
help.
Awesome.
You're really happy. Very lovely.
Right, all done. So don't forget to walk out because I left it on one day and someone tried to hack it from the United States.
Very good at working out my show. I'll do that.
Right, so we're going to well, yeah, I'll try to come because I liked it, and then you can see it as well. And please join the Taranaki Foodies group, so you can actually advertise it as well. We don't encourage advertising twice a day, but once